Log on to patreon.com/Dane Calloway or paypal.me/Dane Calloway to support me, my channel, and my content. Any amount is much appreciated, and I humbly thank you. According to historical record, the United States government, or rather local and federal governments, have accumulated well over $500 billion over the course of the past 83 years in the automotive industry. Not by selling automobiles, but by merely selling the manipulative, distorted, non-existent law to all Americans that they are required to have a driver's license in order to legally drive an automobile in the United States. Realistically, a driver's license is required for one who's conducting commerce on the highways. So when you are personally driving, or rather using personal transportation on the highways, there is absolutely no law requiring you to have a driver's license to drive. According to the 1856 Bouvier's Law Dictionary, John Bouvier defines the meaning of a driver as, quote, one employed in conducting a coach, carriage, wagon, or other vehicle with horses, mules, or other animals. A driver must possess reasonable skills and be of good habits for the journey, because if he's not, and should an accident or injury occur, both the driver and his employers will be responsible. Documented on January 12th in the year 2000, the U.S. Supreme Court case of Reno versus Condon states, quote, the activity licensed by state DMVs and in connection with which individuals must submit personal information to the DMV is itself integrally related to interstate commerce. There is no need to have a driver's license for personal transportation, like going to the store, dropping the kids off for school, going to work every day. There's absolutely no requirement or law. It is all done under the color of law. It is all implied that this is the, quote, legal way to do things. It is a critical difference that you must understand between lawful and legal. Let's start with legal. Legal means having a formal status derived from law, often without a base in actual fact, while lawful means warranted, authorized, or permitted by law. Now, I want to talk about the DMV, or rather the Department of Motor Vehicles. It's a corporation doing business as the DMV. It was established by the Vehicle Act of 1915, but it was later reduced to the Division of Motor Vehicles within the Department of Finance in 1921. What they have done is implemented such methods as a driver's license, vehicle registration, tags, etc., in order to extort money from the Americans, us, the people, under the color of law. These methods guarantee profits for the DMV, merely due to the fact that they are a corporation, which is a for-profit business or organization whose sole purpose is to provide a benefit to society in addition to making a profit for shareholders. Now, I want to break down the difference between a privilege and personal travel. Personal travel is a constitutionally guaranteed right. Freedom of movement, mobility, and the right to travel are all human rights. Contrary to what the system tells you, travel is not a privilege. Operating your vehicle is not a privilege. However, driving your vehicle for commerce, or rather driving your vehicle for profit or for hire, then and only then are you required to have a driver's license.
Okay, sir, your ID?
I do have an ID, sir. But I don't
have it with you?
I do have it with me, but under the 4th and 5th Amendment, I'm not at liberty to give it to you for an infraction like you're trying to write me right now. I guess you're trying to write me for an infraction.
go.
I mean, is that correct or is that incorrect? Or?
What's your last name?
I have a family name. I don't have a last name. I have a family name.
Okay, well, that's fine. Last name?
I'm not at liberty to give that to you, sir. I'm sorry, did you swear an oath to uphold the Constitution of this Republic? And what is your name and badge number, Mr. Corin, just for future reference?
Mr. Corin, 5095.
5095, okay.
Okay. All right.
You're saying, just to verify this, because I don't want to proceed unless I know what's going on here. I got pulled over because I was going, it was a speeding infraction in a 40-mile-an-hour speed zone, you said?
All right, that's correct.
Okay. Under Texas Transportation Code, Chapter 201, Subsection K, the black and white speed limit signs are manifest and maintained for them commercial vehicles right there. Any limousine, any commercial commerce vehicle, this is a personal good that belongs to her. We are exercising our right to travel unharmed, unmolested, unless a person or property was damaged or a crime has been committed. You're telling me that you pulled me over for, just to verify, a infraction that does not apply to me. Is that correct?
No, you were pulled over for going 65.
65 in a commercial zone. Under UCC code 107, sir, that does not apply to me. This is a commercial good. This is not a registered commercial motor vehicle, okay? So I would like to be free to go, Officer Corey.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Promise me you'll slow down.
I promise you I will slow down.
Okay.
That is a promise.
You will do that?
I will do that. And I appreciate your oath, and I appreciate the blood that was spilt to exercise what we're doing right now.
Licensing cannot be required of a free people. In order to have a driver's license, a requirement of your surrender of a right, which I'll go into in a sec, in order to comply with the restrictions of the driver's license and stipulated. According to the case of State versus Spokane, the right of the citizen to travel upon the highway and to transport his or her property thereon in the ordinary course of life and business differs radically and obviously from that of one who makes the highway his or her place of business for private gain in the running of a stagecoach or omnibus. Operating a private vehicle within the 50 states for private business is a right, not a privilege, which it can be taxed. Under constitutional and common law, the right for all free citizens of the several states to drive private vehicles cannot be infringed. The requirement of a driver's license to legally operate a private vehicle is unconstitutional and a violation of all American citizens' constitutional rights. All Americans are unenfranchised sovereign citizens and authorized under statute at large of the unhampered use of all navigable waters and all common law highways, roadways, and byways, which are used for transportation, either private, public, or commerce, anywhere in these United 50 States of America.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Okay. I've worked a compromise. They are going to cite the vehicle. We're not going to tell it. And we'll let the courts handle it.
I'll deal with
that. Is that agreeable with you, sir?
I'll deal with it in the courts.
Okay. You can argue the same argument you gave me.
I will.
Okay. Since the vehicle's not operating at this time, it doesn't matter to me if you have a valid driver's license or not. But is there any way you can show, since you're claiming ownership of the vehicle,
It is my vehicle.
can you at least give us some sort of, what's your last name, sir? Because lawfully, when there's a state vehicle code violation, we can actually ask you for your ID.
No,
Okay.
That's only if you're signed on under that contract, and I'm not signed on under that contract.
So you're claiming sovereign citizenship.
Right.
Well, the problem is,
Right.
when you're on United States territory,
Well,
state of California, you're required to abide by all state and federal laws.
I'm required to abide by the laws that supersede. If you have a law, you can't make a law where one has already been created to prevent that law.
Can you speak up a little louder?
You can't make a law where one has been created to, you can't make a law against another law.
Explain to me what the law is that says that.
I already showed it to you. It's stare decisis. The law, the Supreme Court already ruled that I'm operating well within my jurisdiction.
You're not required to register your vehicle. You're not
I'm
required
not.
to pay taxes to the government.
Look, hey, I am a taxpayer. That's
Okay.
one thing, because I believe in school and paying
Okay.
for the schools and stuff like that. I pay taxes, that's
some of the
fine.
issues you're talking about, I don't necessarily disagree with you.
Right.
However,
I'm not trying to
pay
be a
my
jerk.
taxes, I register my vehicle
Right.
like I'm supposed to,
Hey.
and it's not for tracking
I'm-
purposes.
I'm-
You know what that vehicle registration is?
Look, it's
That's
a
a
tax. It is.
Well, you're saying it's an unlawful tax.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not. It's been ruled against already in the Supreme Court. And I'm not trying to be a jerk to you. I understand where you're coming from, but understand that I'm required.
I'm trying to read. I know you're trying to make a point, right?
Right.
I agree with
Right.
you. Okay. I see your point.
Mhm.
Okay. I am not angry. I'm not upset with you.
Okay.
And there's probably some of the arguments I actually agree with.
Okay.
Okay. However, I'm trying to reach a compromise here with you.
Okay. Let's compromise.
That, I don't want you to come out of the vehicle,
Okay.
and because your vehicle shows no previous history of
I know.
any kind of failure to register, any parking tickets, any of that stuff up to this point, we're willing to go spirit of the law and merely put a citation on the vehicle, and that's it.
You guys
let you argue your point in court
You
before.
guys can cite the vehicle.
Is that fair?
I'm not gonna sign it.
No. It's not a citation against you.
Mm.
It's issued on a parking ticket,
What is? It's a parking ticket is what you're gonna issue.
which documents everything. Because you are not. I mean, technically you're interfering, but I'm being reasonable at this point. Okay, I'm gonna be reasonable.
I'm not interfering.
Spirit of the law, not the letter of the law. Is that reasonable?
I go by the letter of the law. The law of the land, the United States Constitution, the Supreme Court decisions, which have ruled in my favor.
You're basically saying individual state laws are illegal.
No, what I'm
According
saying
to
is
the
that the
Constitution.
California Vehicle Code, according to
You know
the
what?
Supreme
Go ahead,
Court,
release everybody else.
according to the Supreme Court decision, that what California is doing is unlawful, and it's been ruled against. It's been ruled against already. It's been ruled against, forcing people to have to do it. Forcing people to have to do it.
Your vehicle in every state.
Okay, that's neither here nor there, though. It's already been ruled against. But again, you guys can cite the vehicle.
I'm not citing you, sir.
I said the vehicle. You can cite the vehicle.
I'm not. I mean, technically, according to state law, are you technically interfering? Yes, but I'm overlooking that.
I'm not interfering because it's my vehicle. I have a vested interest in this matter.
All right. This is what I'm going to do for you. Instead of me making a decision here, I'll let the judge make a decision. Okay.
As long as this means me driving away in my vehicle, that's fine by me.
Okay. Now, I'm just advising you, current state law, according to the state of California, says you have to have your vehicle registered. And I'm warning you, not threatening, just warning you that state law also says if your vehicle has expired.
I know the law.
Okay.
I do. I've read those vehicles. I'm
Okay,
not. I'm not trying to.
So you understand?
I understand those. I understand that those codes exist.
Okay. Your argument is that they've been ruled against by the Supreme Court.
They've been ruled against by the Supreme Court.
Well, then what I will do is allow you to argue that in front of a traffic judge.
Traffic judges aren't even capable of hearing this type of case law. It'll go to appellate court anyway. So I mean,
that's fine. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals is a great place to hear it too.
Right.
Okay. If you want to argue this point,
and I will.
Okay. You've not been a threat to myself or my officers in any way.
I know.
And that's why, had you been violent or aggressive,
I know.
I would have handled it in a different way.
I know that.
Okay. Therefore, you know what? You've been, for the most part, agreeable and cooperative.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? I'll let you have your day in court then.
Okay.
Without having to.
I'll deal with it that way.
Push the issue any farther than it really needs to go.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not agreeing with you or disagreeing with you. I'll let the judge determine.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine by me. I mean.
And if it pushes it to the issue where the Supreme Court makes instead of making a relatively ambiguous decision.
Mm-hmm. It's not. It's pretty clear cut to me.
No, it's not.
It's pretty clear cut.
It's wide open for interpretation, which gives you the room to argue. Okay.
Okay.
Gives me room to argue too, but I'm not going to argue with you.
Okay.
Because I think that's best handled by legal representation and attorneys. Don't worry. Hey guys, we're good. Hey Gene, you guys can go ahead and clear. Go ahead and let the guys know. I'm going to handle this different way.
No problem. I got to spend the verify. He's covering that.
Sir?
You want to verify the VIN? There you go.
That's all I want to do. Okay? And then I will be more than, since you have been more than cooperative, I'll be more than happy to let you argue at court.
Right.
Is that fair?
That is fair.
Okay. All right, without giving me your last name, my first name is Craig, all right? I'm glad you didn't throw in the argument that I don't have any legal authority either. I know your doctrine says this badge means nothing. Only the elected county sheriff can be,
right.
Is the way you feel?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, you're the one with the gun, so, I mean, I'm answering to you right now.
My gun, baby.
But it's on your hip.
Yeah,
it's
you're right.
there. It's there.
But did you threaten my safety in any way?
No, that's because
So why should I pull my weapon?
But you have your weapon though.
What's that?
You have a weapon though. I don't have a weapon.
Okay.
I mean.
But am I relying on it? No.
Yeah, you are.
How am I relying?
Because if none of you had weapons, I wouldn't even be sitting here right now. I'd have left when that first officer was talking to me.
Okay. All right. I'll let you have your day in court. That's
perfectly fine by me.
Because you and I, individually, are not entirely qualified to ultimately argue the issues at hand. I mean, we can look at them ourselves and have our personal opinions, and we can discuss them ourselves. But as far as the United States Supreme Court has the ultimate authority as far as making the original determination,
they've determined.
So, you know
they have determined.
I'm more than happy to let it go that route.
Okay.
Had you been violent, that'd have been a different story, but you're not.
There's no reason to get violent.
You've been respectful.
I know my rights.
No, you've been respectful.
Right.
You've at least given me the courtesy of doing my job.
Right.
You presented your point in a very articulate manner, so you know what? That's more than I get from most people.
And I can appreciate that.
Okay?
I can appreciate that.
So, my office will be finished here shortly, and you'll be free to leave.
Okay.
Is that all right? All right.
Allow me to explain how this license is forfeiting your rights. The real purpose of this license is much more insidious. When one signs the license, he or she gives up his or her constitutional right to travel in order to accept and exercise a privilege. After signing the license, a quasi-contract, the citizen has to give the state his or her consent to be prosecuted for constructive crimes and quasi-criminal actions where there is no harm done and no damaged property. These prosecutions take place without affording the U.S. citizen of their constitutional rights and guarantees such as the right to a trial by jury of 12 persons and the right to counsel, as well as the normal safeguards like proof of intent and a grand jury indictment. These unconstitutional prosecutions take place because the citizen literally is exercising a privilege and has given his or her, quote, implied consent to legislative enactments designed to control interstate commerce and enterprise under the police power of the state. In conclusion, the citizen is forced to give up constitutional guarantees of, quote, right in order to exercise his or her state, quote, privilege to travel upon the public highways in the ordinary course of life and business when accepting a driver's license. I'm just here to make you think.